Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for some music and entertainment news. Well, what a weekend over in England with two Oasis shows. The first one since 2009, August 22nd, 2009, exactly 16 years. 149,000 fans across two shows in Cardiff. The arena there looked ridiculous. And you know what? They came out, Noel and Liam came out holding hands and embracing, opposite of what everybody thought was going to happen, like 2 songs in. I think people thought it was really going to become a UFC fight 2 songs in. And the tour would be canceled and we wouldn't get our Soldier Field show 52 days from today. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. It was the first show, but it was phenomenal. Here is a wonderful sound from the event. That was good.
Yeah, voices sound good, huh?
Yeah, the voices sound good. The band sounds tight as hell. Sounds like they didn't miss a beat from 16 years ago.
Well, they've got their rhythm guitarist. His name is Bonehead, and Bonehead's back with the band for the first time since 1998, and that's a huge deal because he's sort of been the heart and soul of that rhythm section, and then the last 10 years that band existed, he wasn't there. But don't worry, Bonehead is back, baby.
Now, do you think he regrets that nickname?
His parents gave him that nickname, but I'm sure he regrets that nickname. Real name, Paul. Far less jarring than Bonehead.
Yeah.
Why did his parents give him that nickname?
Because they kept on cutting his hair short, and it looked like his head was just one giant bone.
Oh, they could have kept it long then.
They could have. They didn't.
That's probably what drove him to be a good musician. You know,
That's right.
Usually some kind of trauma happens and you're growing up, and that's how you end up. You dig far enough in those musicians and you find out something that happened. Haircuts could easily lead there.
Could easily. The funny thing about all the people that want to make the joke about, like, oh, when's the tour going to get canceled? What are they going to fight? We're missing the point here that we're going to get a great story no matter what. This is a win-win scenario. Either two brothers who have been estranged for years are finally going to get back together and bond with one another and live out the rest of their lives actually communicating with their brother, or they will fight on stage. It's a win-win. No matter what happens, this tour is going to be fantastic.
Unless they fight and break up before they get to Soldier Field.
That would be a bummer.
That would be a huge bummer.
But you know what? It'd be a good story.
It'd be a good story for a minute.
Good story.
I mean, when I go through the last 6 song run to close things out, you got Live Forever, Rock and Roll Star, The Master Plan, Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall, Champagne Supernova, Stay until the end. Stay until the end. And actually, Supersonic is on the set list as well.
Supersonic is on the set list. Slide Away is on the set list.
I have warned
What if
Case.
they come out in Chicago and go, we're only doing new songs?
Oh, God.
New songs only.
Trying something new tonight.
Yeah, we're doing only unreleased.
I'm warning everybody around me that Supersonic was in the middle of the set list. Look out. Because when that comes on, I
You're
don't know.
going to talk the whole time.
No? Well, I will
Oh.
say, they're playing the song.
No, you always talk over, like, the reason why this song is way more underrated. And, like, you go into a whole story, and we're always like, okay, I would love to hear it.
Yep, it's over by the time I'm done.
Yep.
I will be starting a circle pit during that song. The wall, I'll lead the wall of death.
Terrifying.
With a Bud Light seltzer in my hand, the big can, the 48-ouncer, and I'll be leading everybody. By that point, I have to have a great buzz on by the time Supersonic hits.
Now, you're typically, and I don't agree with this, it's one of your great flaws. You're a guy that doesn't like when people in the crowd are singing along at concerts.
I don't mind if we all pick a song and agree to one. We can all, like Wonderwall. Done. I get it. Everybody's going to sing Wonderwall.
But then what do we do for Champagne Supernova?
You can do that one too.
But what about Live Forever?
No more.
Okay.
You get 2.
You can't do Supersonic? What are you going to do during Supersonic?
I'm going to sing during Supersonic. I don't want anybody
This
else
is
to
coming
know.
from a guy. I just want anyone to sing. Again, he would talk during every song.
Yep. Not
You know,
Super.
the first time I heard this song, I'm like, oh my God. What are we doing?
When I interviewed Noel at Twisted back in 2002, no one got that interview. I did. He sang this song. Phenomenal set list, phenomenal sound, everything, and it more than lived up to a year-long buildup of, I don't want to use the word hype, but that's kind of what it is.
No,
I mean,
it's the
you can be
definition of
hyped
hype.
about something.
yeah, but I mean, like overhype. When you overhype something, this is beyond. The Oasis shows over the weekend were incredible. 52 days away from Soldier Field. Look out. There was another phenomenal event over the weekend as Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath Back to the Beginning show. This was basically a goodbye for Ozzy Osbourne, the final show. And they've done these final shows. I think Black Sabbath has had, 74 farewell shows, much like Kiss. But this is it. And I can remember seeing them back at Tinley Park, seeing that show and thought it was over. But Ozzy took a final bow Saturday from a bat-winged throne during the Back to the Beginning show. Some audio from it is very emotional when they intro the last song, and here's Ozzy.
Coming to our final song for the ever. I just want to say to you on behalf of the guys in Black Sabbath and myself, your support over the years has made it all possible for us to live a lifestyle we live. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. I love you, we love you. And it's a song called Paranoid.
First song I learned on the guitar right here, Paranoid. At like 12 years old. And all of the bands, a lot of the ones we play, let's say Weezer, let's say Foo Fighters, let's say obviously Smashing Pumpkins, call Sabbath the influence. They were all 12-year-olds at one time trying to play these songs. And that's the influence that Black Sabbath had. Even if you're not a Black Sabbath fan, the influence they had was astounding. And the people that showed up, too, were incredible. As Billy Corrigan was there, Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, Adam Jones from Tool, which, by the way, I don't think anybody mentions it enough, that they went to the same high school here in Chicago at the same time. Tom Morello and Adam Jones were at Libertyville, the same age. They were actually in a band together for a little bit. Now, can you imagine that? If they stayed with a band together, you wouldn't get Rage, you wouldn't get Tool, you'd get some other band. Think about that for a second.
I'd be really sad if we didn't get Rage.
I'd be really sad if we didn't get Tool and Rage. Both very, very powerful. And they were on stage together at the show. I don't know how many times they've done that, but it's been a minute to see them on stage together during this, where they had a lot of other people come up. They call it a hastily thrown together supergroup. They called it Supergroup A and Supergroup B that featured people like Nuno Bettencourt from Extreme, and Living Color's Vernon Reid. You had Chad Smith on the drums with Tony Carey from Tool on drums, and then Travis Barker on drums. All three were on drums at the same time doing this phenomenal breakdown.
A lot of drums.
Kenzie, it was so many drums.
Right.
It was so many drums, but it was really emotional to see the final goodbye of Black Sabbath. And it was a pay-per-view. I didn't buy it. I just kind of sat on my phone and watched people post videos.
Fake fan.
Well, it was a 10-hour pay-per-view.
So you don't want to watch it.
I want to watch it, but I want to be able to fast forward. And in live, real time, you can't fast forward.
What are you going to fast forward? Because it was sets by Pantera, Tool, Slayer, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Ozzy, and Black Sabbath, among others. What are you going to fast forward through Guns N' Roses?
Well, I'm not. I love Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
But I can't sit for 10 hours straight.
Yeah, you can.
No.
I see you do 4 hours a day.
You sit for that long all the time.
No, 10 hours? No, I do
love
not.
sitting.
Couple
If you
hours,
had like a
yes.
snack, you could.
Well, you didn't include snacks. Now it's snacks.
If you had a bell that you could ring at your wife to bring you food, would you have done it?
God, I didn't think of that.
I know. You should have had a bell.
That would have just one bell would have saved the whole thing. I don't know if anybody bought the paper. I'm sure they're going to offer it up on something later. I can watch it at my leisure and fast forward and go backwards.
No, I'm sure you'll get right on that.
They will do that. Jason Momoa was there, by the way. Are you a big fan of Jason Momoa, Kenzie?
I love him.
He brought on Pantera, then climbed over the barricade and started the circle pit for Pantera.
Now he can, mosh me anytime.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So much to get to with the sports July 4th weekend. Let's get to it.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
And Michelle checked in from Westmont, and you were just talking about Ozzy. You got to play the seventh inning stretch. When Ozzy did that back in 2003, you were talking about the Black Sabbath farewell. Let's just start off and let's do that right now. This was Ozzy Osbourne in 2003, August when him and Sharon, in the height of the Osbournes reality show, so people that just knew Ozzy from that and didn't really know his music, Ozzy got up there and sang the 7th inning stretch. It sounded like this.
And Ozzy Osbourne.
All right, Chicago. I want to hear a real crazy crowd start singing with me. Are you ready? Are you ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Come on. 1, 2, 3, and let's go out to the party. Let's go out to the room. Take me in and bring us in. I don't remember what I have to do. And run out of the garden. 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Yeah, let's get some runs. Come on, don't mess around. Let's get some runs.
Don't mess around.
Hey, don't mess around.
So first, and Sharon was there with a mic, on, but I think they just had it off, and Ozzy at the end it came up with her mic.
I think she was there to monitor in case he crashed out, she could jump in. I think she's very prepared. She knew he didn't know how to end it. That's why she was like, okay, everybody.
Come on, don't mess around. Get some runs.
Don't mess around.
Like if Kenzie was the Cubs manager. Don't mess around now. Come on.
All right, let's get serious.
They show Kerry Wood looking up from the dugout. Both teams came out of the dugout to look up at Ozzy, and then Steve Stone's kind of like lip syncing it along, kind of nodding his head to Ozzy, like, come on, let's get through this, and we get back to the baseball game. God, monumental. And speaking of 7th inning stretch, over the weekend, the girl from the Call Her Daddy podcast, Alex Cooper, sang it and did kind of a mocking bit in 7th inning stretch. I've never heard anybody get booed. I'm not going to play it.
Nobody's been booed in a long time doing the 7th. It's been a hot minute. And I actually like her. I do like the Call Her Daddy girl. What's her name? Alex?
Alex Cooper. I like her too.
I like her. I do.
Kenzie sounded like my dad just now. I like the Call Her Daddy girl.
I forget because it's like Call Her Daddies everywhere.
Who's that Call Her Daddy gal?
I like her. I like her vibe. I watched her little docu-series that got put out. It was super, super interesting. She was an incredible athlete and stuff. Got a full scholarship to Boston. Like, she's really talented.
Yeah.
I don't know why she sang it and the voice she sang it in. Like, she was trying to make it like a joke with like dancers, and it was like, I think she just should have had a good time and sang it normal.
If you were in the stands, it looked like you were mocking Cubs fans or being just stupid. That's why she got what she deserved. She got what she, and I like her, but she got.
Now, and I don't like to say everyone should get booed, but
she deserved it.
It's like one of those things where you're like, I saw that going differently in my mind. I think she thought it was going to come across so funny, but really it just came across kind of weird, and it's like, oh, that wasn't the best. Just sing the song. Just have a good time and sing the song.
You know who else sang the 7th inning stretch over the weekend at the Cubs?
Yeah, Pauly D.
Pauly D was here.
About it because I was effing not there. I'm so mad.
Wait, why are you mad? What am I missing about you and Pauly D?
Pauly D, I don't know what his beef is with me, but he's been avoiding me like the plague since I wanted to meet this man my entire life. I got to meet everybody. I think that we'd be best friends, and I don't see what the big deal is. And he always comes to things when I'm not there, and it's like it seems like it's on purpose. At a certain point, I have gone to gigs that he was supposed to be at, and like just that random time he doesn't show up. And like I was supposed to go to that game last minute, then he gets hired. I'm just gonna lose it.
When you were on maternity leave, he came in here, right?
I know. I don't. It's like it's just like what he does. Okay, I don't know what. I never did anything to him, but it's like super intentional that he doesn't want to be around me. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just would like to be around him for a little bit.
All the things you're saying sound like why Pauly D avoided you to pick the weekend you're out of town.
Well, it's starting to really piss me off.
All right.
You and Pauly D?
Yeah.
I love Pauly D.
Don't key her up again.
No, it's like I love him. I was in junior high when Jersey Shore was on TV, and that's what I thought it was gonna be like. Like I'm like, I can't wait to go. This is gonna be like my life when I'm in my 20s. It wasn't, but I would still like to meet him.
Yeah.
I love Pauly D.
He did a great job. He was not booed. He was not booed.
He wasn't because he sang the song.
He sang the song right. All right, there you go. That was the 7th inning stretch. But as the Cubs, what they did over this long July 4th weekend, they won the series against the Guardians. They won the series against the Cardinals. They were only 2 games ahead of the surging Brewers before the weekend and in the division, and they did just that, winning those series. Now they're 4 games ahead, the 4th best team in baseball after the Tigers, the Astros, and the Dodgers. And July 4th, 8 home runs, set a record in Wrigley. We got to do the PCA home run first.
That's another one! It's PCA on the 4th of July! Fireworks galore!
And then the Michael Busch. This is the 8th home run, setting the record.
There's a fly ball left center field, pretty deep. Back for it is Newbar, and it's gone! It's 8 home runs in a game for the first time in the history of the Chicago Cubs.
Phenomenal. Last night it was 11-0 over the Cardinals to win the evil Cardinals, embarrass them. It was great, but also kind of bummer on the whole day was Seiya Suzuki not getting in the All-Star game. So you've got Kyle Tucker, you got Boyd, who pitched last night, Matthew Boyd, Pete Crow Armstrong, 3 Chicago Cubs who represented in Atlanta in a couple weeks, the All-Star game. Seiya Suzuki, the MLB leader, 76 RBIs as of last night, career high in both in home runs, in RBIs and home runs. One of the most lethal offensive players in the league this year, not in the All-Star game. I guess they don't like offense. I guess they don't want offense in the All-Star game. They want defense.
And it sounds like Kenzie's talking about Pauly D now.
I did look
There's a lot.
I don't know what they're doing.
I got nothing left. I can't. You guys get mad.
Very
That
upset.
took a lot out of me.
Before we get too late on this, the White Sox, they won their series against the Rockies. That's great, but the big news of the White Sox over the weekend was very, very sad. As a Cubs fan, I can say this, how much it was so fun to watch Bobby Jenks, who passed away Saturday with a battle of stomach cancer, only 44 years old. Bobby Jenks helped the White Sox not only win the 2005 World Series, he had 2 saves in the AL Championship Series. The final 3 outs of Game 4 to complete the sweep of the Astros. I remember that like it was yesterday. It was doing the 20-year anniversary of the White Sox 2005 team in a couple weeks at the ballpark. Chicago dominated the playoffs in 05. They won 11 of 12 games en route to the World Championship. Bobby Jenks saved 4 of the 11 victories and appeared in 7 games, including all 4 of the World Series games. Ozzie Guillen said, Bobby Jenks is one of my favorite all-time players. I love that man. This is a very sad day for everyone involved with the White Sox. Everyone remembers the moment when I called for the big fella in the World Series, which sounded like this.
Guillen looks down to his bullpen on his way out. And he makes the sign to the bullpen, give me the wide, tall guy. What a job by Cox. If you're Bobby Jenks, here's what your manager thinks of you. Give me this guy, big guy, tall guy. Jenks coming in, 1st and 3rd, 2 out, Sox up 1.
Like I said, doesn't matter if you're a Cubs fan or a Sox fan, just Bobby Jenks, that moment, the goosebumps come right back to that. Pour one out, gone way too soon. White Sox, Bobby Jenks.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
You can start getting your takeaways in, 312-591-8300. Something you're taking away from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Just texting something to stay in your brain about the show. Get those in right now, 312-591-8300. We did sports a little bit ago. We played the Ozzy Osbourne 7th inning stretch from 22 years ago at Wrigley Field in honor of Ozzy. Over the weekend, the Black Sabbath tribute show that was their farewell show. And then we talked about Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy getting booed over the weekend during the 7th inning stretch. I brought up that Pauly D, Jersey Shore, DJ Pauly D was in town. And Kenzie, boy, I didn't realize I had that emotional attachment to Pauly D. As she was out of town, and Pauly D apparently knew that. So he came to town.
He does it on purpose.
Down to do the 7th inning stretch. And we didn't have a chance to play it. Do you want to hear him singing it, Kenzie? Will that send you into more of a tizzy?
I was going to say a tizzy, too. That's so funny. I was going to say a tizzy.
I had another word in my head, and I came up with tizzy.
It's like, wow, my dream 7th inning stretch. Cute.
Pauly D at Wrigley Field over the weekend.
Go Cubs fans, make some noise!
Sounds like Dougie Styles.
2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd.
A little off key, it's hard to do that.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so it's root for the Cubbies. If
Listen to that crowd.
Chicago, let's get some runs.
Stop messing around out there. Like Ozzy's like, stop messing around. What are you doing out there?
Hey, come on now.
Pauly D,
amazing.
let me tell you, and I was a Jersey Shore fanatic like Kenzie on this, and I still watch The Vacation. I think you're missing out if you're not watching the Family Vacation series.
What's good? I don't know what that show is. What's that?
So basically, they all get together, and the situation is
They're still getting together. The Jersey Shore stuff. That's what it is.
they still get together, but the situation is kind of now like the godfather of it, and he kind of organized.
Wait, what do you mean he's the godfather of it?
Because he's sober and he's just like, he's like a married man who's now sober, takes care of his kids. So he's always the organizer because he's not getting drunk like everybody else. And he's so funny because when they're all at the club and stuff like that, he's always ordering food because he's sober. So he's eating like a club sandwich and everyone does their shots. It's phenomenal.
He's still jacked, but he eats. All he does is eat on the show. Yeah. And yeah, to Kenzie's point, being sober now, he was not the sober one back in the day.
No.
Also went to jail for
Hence
tax.
the need to now be sober.
Yeah, went to jail for tax evasion, but he still lives in a massive house. And so he kind of organizes these trips for all of them to go on. So the Family Vacation, they go somewhere. Like they go to New Orleans, they go wherever. They go to Nashville, they do whatever, and then you follow their hijinks, if you will.
But it's still just guys hanging out and drinking, right? Other than the situation who's eating, apparently.
There's also girls.
Oh, there's girls. Oh, that's cool. I like girls.
It's all
The Jersey, it's the cast.
Wait, do you not know
Like
the cast of
Snooki.
Jersey
I
Shore?
know. There's Snooki. There's
JWoww.
JWoww. There's Sammy Sweetheart. She's the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet.
Okay.
I know Jersey Shore. Is Ronnie still there?
So they brought Ronnie back for an episode, let's see, 2 seasons ago for
He's
the
a
vacation.
dangerous one to have on the show.
That's why I was asking.
And he went around the room and hugged everybody except Sammy.
Oh, that's cold.
She probably asked to not be touched by him.
Well, I think she was hoping for some acknowledgement. And then later on, they did kind of talk, but he kind of just walked in the room. Ronnie's here.
Well, the problem is Ronnie is with somebody else, and everybody knows that Ronnie wishes he was with Sammy. So, like, he can't be out here hugging her because it's being filmed and it's going to end his other relationship.
I did not know all that was going on with Ronnie.
Ronnie's a lot.
Ronnie,
remember when he said that the wind pushed the door shut when he brought a girl home? And there was video of him shoving the door shut. It was the wind in the house.
That was the greatest show. By the way, Pauly D has done so much besides, with his DJ ability. It was smart going into that show with a DJ ability.
Yeah, he was a real genius.
He makes $40,000 for an appearance to DJ. I don't know if he did that in town while he was here. I'm sure he got a DJ set in somewhere. I was going to say Excalibur if it still existed, but it doesn't. He's got a net worth of $20 million, Kenzie. Pauly D.
Yep.
He makes about $150,000 an episode of the Jersey Shore Family Vacation.
Could you imagine? For going on vacation, it's my dream life. Cute.
Yeah, Kenzie. I know you just want to talk to Pauly D. Kenzie, I know you
I
just
just want to talk to him.
I know you just want to talk to him.
Ian looks down to his board.
Oh, that's Bobby Jinks. That's such a bummer.
I had it.
Give me the Peter Griffin audio, Brian.
Kenzie, say it again. Say, I just want to talk to him.
I just want to talk to him.
I just want to talk to him.
Why do you have a shotgun?
I just want to talk to him.
Dad, this is ridiculous.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
It is not his
I
fault.
just want to shoot him.
You
I just want to talk to
can't
him.
shoot him.
I'm going to be like, I just want to talk to him in a wedding dress. Like, why are you wearing that?
Get your takeaways in, 312-591-8300. More takeaways after Foo Fighters, Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And Dougie Styles in for Lauren the rest of the day. It's beautiful Monday. What's going on, Dougie?
Man, it's been a really long weekend. I had to drive Pauly D back to the airport earlier this
F
morning.
off.
Why? Did I miss something? Me and him are really close. We just, hung out. He was at
Turn his
Tahoe over the
microphone off.
weekend. And we sang the stretch at Wrigley, went to Old Crow. We had a good time this weekend. It was a lot of fun.
Did he DJ in your car, too, for
He
you?
did,
A personal
yeah.
mix? Yeah.
I
Playlist.
gave him the aux, and he just, he went to town.
Well, there you go.
Big
Dougie.
Cranberries fan, Pauly D. Who knew? I play a lot of Cranberry songs.
All right, well, your takeaways from today's show, 312-591-8300. Case, what do you got?
Takeaway from John in Plano. Kenzie isn't willing to do what it takes to go to Oasis with Case. Frowny face emoji.
Well, Case wants me to pay for my ticket and then sleep with him, and I don't think that's fair. It's one or the other.
You got to do one.
What if Pauly D had an extra ticket, though?
What do you mean? Do I have to pay him and sleep? I think I should only have to do one.
Well, I guess the question is, which one would you do?
Whatever Pauly D wants.
Kenzie, what do you got for takeaways?
Brett texted in, different neighbors make different sounds.
Fair. It's really one of those scientific wonders of the world. And Joe texted on the same vein as the first takeaway from Joe, 630. Kenzie will not be seeing Oasis because she is not sleepable.
Can I give you a bonus takeaway real quick?
Yeah.
Karen just checked in. How to get sold out Oasis tickets. 1, breathe in Brian's direction. 2, not be Kenzie.
I got another bonus takeaway.
Please hit me with it.
This is from Lyme disease Lucas.
What?
Who checked in and said, Jason Momoa can mosh Kenzie anytime.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, what's on the podcast?
Oh, my goodness. Well, women are doing this thing on first dates now that left us all shocked and surprised. We broke that down, including some of our first date habits.
Dougie looks really... He wasn't here that early, I don't think.
No, he was not.
Can I just get a quick sneak peek of what it is?
It doesn't seem like something you're going to like.
Oh, great.
I know. It's going to get harder out there. Kenzie destroyed a veteran in Clash with Kenzie today. Really intense stuff there.
Come on.
And also, by the way, I don't know if you've heard about Kenzie does not have a ticket to the Oasis concert. We talked about that all morning long. So that and more on the Brian and Kenzie podcast today.
Another late takeaway from Josh about the Oasis tickets and Kenzie not getting one. Case is in it for the money, not the science when it comes to Oasis tickets.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
Who is that, honey?
Jonas Miller is a night crawler. We all started out in the same lab, and Jonas went out and got himself some corporate sponsors.
Yup.
He's in it for the money, not the science.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.